Kyle Walker and wife Annie Kilner put their marriage difficulties to one side when he treated her to a birthday barbecue on the beach in a Welsh coastal resort, according to MailOnline. The England player, 34, was pictured in Abersoch, North Wales, with Annie and the couple's 4 children, celebrating her 31st birthday. Kyle, who is struggling to repair his marriage after fathering not 1 but 2 children with his former lover Lauryn Goodman, hauled a large barbecue onto the sand via quad bike and built up an eating area using windshields in an effort to gain some privacy on the public beach. Days earlier, Kyle and Annie were joined by Coleen Rooney at the same beach as they had some quality time together with their families, but the Scouse WAG was not among friends of the Walkers who attended Friday's birthday event. Kyle and Annie are known to make the 130-mile trek from their £4 million house to the Warren, which is frequently billed as the Millionaires trailer park. An onlooker said, Kyle was playing the doting dad to his kids and Annie. They looked like any average family. They did, however, stand out when Kyle came on the beach on a quad bike, carrying a big barbecue. You don't regularly see that on Abersoch beach, because locals usually take the disposable variety. Kyle was creating old-fashioned windscreens to offer them some privacy along with their buddies. The weather was beautiful, so they had a lovely day together, even though Kyle and Annie were barely packing on the PDA. He's certainly got some work to do after what he's put her through. Abersoch, where Kyle and Annie have been photographed several times in recent months, is a classic resort on the Welsh Riviera coast that is becoming increasingly popular with wealthy visitors. Swanky beach villas, rented for hundreds of pounds per week, have sprung up alongside the bungalows and camper sites historically associated with the area. Locals now allege the town is flooded with tourists throughout the summer, including a yachty crowd and numerous families from London. Abersoch, known for its sandy beaches and unspoiled shoreline, is also a favourite of former footballer Wayne Rooney and his wife Coleen. In addition to its spa, bar and restaurant, the Warren features a gaming zone and skate park. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has given Kyle an extended period off from his football obligations following his heroics with England in the Euros. He missed his team's Community Shield win on penalties over Manchester United last Saturday, which coincided with Annie's birthday weekend. The mother of 4 returned to Instagram last Sunday after 14 months and acknowledged her birthday in a post, writing, Chapter 31 fullback. Kyle is determined to rebuild his lengthy relationship with wife of 2 years Annie, who threw him out of their £3.5 million family home in Cheshire after his romance with Lauryn, 33. The influencer gave birth to her second kid with Kyle in August, a daughter named Kinara, 4 months before telling Annie in a bombshell text message last Christmas that the baby was her husband's. Kyle also fathered Lauryn's 4-year-old kid Cairo while on a break with Annie, but the two managed to patch up their relationship at that time. Earlier this month, Lauryn lost her child maintenance battle with the former Spurs star. During an unprecedented court judgment, Lauryn was accused of using Kyle as an open-ended checkbook and continuously threatened him in order to acquire what she wanted. Kyle, who has been renting a £20,000 per month property near to his family home as he fought for his marriage, was described as grounded and reasonable by Judge Edward Hess, who took issue with Lauryn's lavish spending habits, which included demanding £31,000 for an AstroTurf lawn, a £70,000 Mercedes and another £30,000 car for her nanny, who couldn't even drive, monthly fees of £500 and £1,440 for a gardener and cleaner, plus a further £500 for the upkeep of her hot tub. That was on top of the demands of maintenance payments reaching £350,000 each year. After coming out second best in their legal battle, Lauryn continues to annoy the Walkers after she leaked a series of communications she alleges were sent to her by Kyle in yet another claimed underhanded move directed at the player. In the first screenshot, Lauryn wrote, "Because I want to see him grow just as much as you do. Not forgetting her, but more so because I saw him and stuff, sick." Another message said to give them both a cuddle and kiss and then miss him, with Lauryn adding the caption, "My son hasn't built the emotional connection he has with his father from 4 times and out of nowhere. If you keep coming for me, I will continue to serve out the facts. Believe me, I have a book load." Lauryn also pledged to hit out against the story surrounding her as being that of a money digger, homewrecker, obsessive, and shared messages hailing her as being a wonderful parent, saying Kyle was able to convey his PR narrative during their court battle over child custody payments. Lauryn's choice to drag Kyle and Annie's private life into the public arena once more will further irritate the couple, who are seeking to keep out of the limelight for the sake of their 4 children: Roman, 11, Rianne, 7, and Rain, 5, and 4-month-old boy Rezon. A source told The Mirror, "Kyle and Annie don't see everything Lauryn puts on social media, but it's sometimes hard to avoid entirely since it is reported on and their friends and relatives mention it to them. They prefer to deal with things away from the public view to safeguard the children involved. They've always led a private life with their own children and are upset that they're all being forced to deal with this in such a public setting. It has nothing to do with hiding somebody. It's just that this type of activity is really harmful to youngsters, particularly those of school age."